Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, I'm just advertising a few things and we're good to go. So, it's actually quite loud. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for rares. First of all, I turned on war mode so we can look for rares. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this to done, which can be done relatively easy. We're gonna go down this way first. If we get a rare, it's 100 rep because I haven't killed any today. But we're gonna look at the shit on the ground. And after that, we're gonna do the mount achievement. So I got the mounts down towards the blood. So I finished the acid things the other day. So now it's just the blood. I think we got a suspicious docs down there. Yeah, there we go. Of course, I accidentally pulled the big mob. Gotta shoot the rat. Okay, at the center. Cool, it's 100 down. Okay, so that's one rare down, so we're gonna get the other rare as well. So basically every nightfall, the first nightfall of the day gives you 700 rep, the second night, every other nightfall after that gives you 500 rep. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to just top up our rep. As you may have noticed, we did it a lot last week as well, where we got a lot of rep. Now the other thing as well with this rep is that if there's any other rares in the area, you are eligible to get that rep with them. I think we've got a... No, that one's just the floor patterning. I was going to check if there's any here. No, there isn't any there. Actually, should check if there's anything here as well. Oh, okay, cool. So any other rares in the area count. So if you kite this back to the area where it is, which is I'm going to plan to do, it counts basically. So you can see here that I will get 100 rep. Also just mention as well, I got a Nerubian blood from that, which was interesting. So we're gonna do every single time. We're gonna go inspect again. Some of these can be very obvious, and this area in particular is like not so obvious on where they could be. Not leave them there. Like they are highlighted, but some of them are not highlighted very well. Like they're highlighted very poorly. So for this one, we'll have none here. I wonder if this counts. So kill this guy, but I don't think he's in the zone, so I don't think he doesn't count. Well, we'll find out by testing it. I don't think I've ever got one from him though. So I've always gotten some from the silken crawlers and whatnot as well. Cool. There's the contract. Jeez, that was a really easy one. So if you're unaware as well, all these guys give rep. Like if it's in the quest zone for these guys, it gives rep. And this is why you should kill them. Hey, Buffo. Just farming rep as per usual. I should have this rep done by today. As you can see here, like I can just have, as soon as if I kill these 2 rares, should be done those. Tinies and rares crash don't exist. Which ones? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say the more Ixfar and I think it's Orif have like a 4-hour respawn. You're better off like hunting them in war mode. But like I gotta say happy hunting because I spent a long time killing them each week. It actually got very, very frustrating towards the end. Lana spawns on the weekly reset. Yeah, good work. Which rares are you having issues with? I assume it's Orif, more of Sand, more of whatever, and Ixfir. Because those are the ones that are massive pains in the asses. Wasn't keeping a track of the names, okay. Does turn rest gonna went hunting? Okay. I'd say do war mode, and remember a lot of them are phased. Like in the phase diving. Like war mode, like if you want to hunt rares, doing on war mode is probably your best bet. Because no one turns on war mode basically. Like even for skinning, like farm rares, you just turn on war mode. Because in PvE, they're just camped by bots, man. Wait, Descent to True server was up? Oh, he wasn't up, okay. But yeah, so, like I say right now, it's definitely doable to get this rep done pretty easily. Like, it's definitely doable. Like, I'm gonna have it done by 7 PM today. And then I'm not sure what to do afterwards, because I don't think anyone's on for Mythic Plus, yeah. That was from yesterday, by the way. Some of these suspicious notes are really obvious, but other ones are like not so obvious. Oh, there they are. Are you 3 hours behind me? Yeah, exactly. Daylight savings occurred. Ooh, I think I got a good one. Either we got a good one or we're getting no rep again. Rep would give me 100% thingo. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Rep would give me next hour. I'd get 100% radiance. Yeah, I gotta say, I've been trying to get in contact with Ross, but I'm assuming that Borderlands 4 is not working. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the time difference is just insane now. Like, this is the part where I can't really cast much CS:GO in Australia because, like, it starts at 7 or 8 my time. So 7 or 8, you know, AST, and I get home from work at 5, so it's just like impossible. But since I own my own business now, like, unless I like I can stay at home from work, like, you know, stay at home and work, but it's like, yeah. I don't think it's a good thing to do that when I'm not getting paid for casting. What do you even do for work? Anyways, I'm a financial advisor. Ooh, someone's hunting these in war mode.
The Cobus dare to attack our veneration grounds. Make them regret it.
Okay. So you're gonna sit here. Oh yeah, that's right. You want to turn off war mode. So yeah, what I'm gonna do next is the craziest thing I've ever done, okay? So we do Corrin. See if we get a good chest. But no, if you want to farm this, you just farm. Like, you just farm Arakara multiple times until you get 500. Like, I got literally 85 Nerubian blood from one Arakara run in follower mode. And like, as a tank, you just run around and tank everything, okay? Like, on second boss, you can take the entire Thingo. That's the mount quest, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You don't need it for meta achievement, but I figured I'd get that done because, like, it's been hanging in my fucking inventory for ages. Like, I've had it since the beginning of the expansion.
We are the holders of hope.
So as you can see there.
Find joy in the flame's light.
I didn't realize I didn't have any of these, so might as well take these now.
We will survive the darkness. Prosper even.
There we go. Not running around the priest doing that. Exactly. Gotta get a tank class to do it. A lot of DPS classes have been doing it like ultra quick, but I'm just like, no, you probably want a tank class to do it.
Talk to me. Walk with you.
You get Brewfest armor. It's the best we're getting. Just Brewfest armor.
Step into the light. Belladon shine on you.
Do we have any other shit like we can get?
I support our army with the finest blades.
Like how we got these Radiant Emblem of Service.
The sacred flame tempers not just our soul.
I remember these got nerfed like really, really hard.
Come again.
Okay, let's find the follower dungeons and we do Arakara. Arakara, City of Echoes. So yeah, for this boss, you can basically do this. I don't think these guys drop them anyway, but I know the other dude does. It's like all the spider dudes drop it. City of Absolute Cancer? Indeed, it is an absolute cancer. That's an absolute cancer that I need for achievement. Wait, can you actually leash them? No, you can't. Okay, cool. The main thing that happens here is that I get fuck tons of Nerubian blood. Okay. Well, okay, that's not too much, but like, you know, later on, the later trash packs, you get tons. Well, not tons. I still gonna have to do a few of these runs to get all done, but like, you get the picture. You get a lot more compared to Sweet FA if you farm them normally. Got another 6 there, basically. And also, not to mention as well, you can mount up. Which is probably the most important part about this part, is that you can mount up. They nerfed the shit out of the OG fast items, didn't they? Which ones? Like, which ones are you referring to? Because there's some, yes, they have nerfed it, but there are also others where they haven't touched it. So, as you can see here already, I now have 153 Nerubian blood.
Defensive.
This one will get everyone killed, by the way. This is the end of all. Ooh, got sack brood. There's 659 sack brood, mate. Get on my level. The sackless run is over. So this is what you do, okay? Doesn't matter how many alerts you do.
Crowd control.
Let's keep going. Alert the entire kingdom.
Crowd control. Crowd control.
So yeah, eventually you'll kill some. Like, the main thing is you want to kill the blood guards, obviously. And once the blood guards start dying, the rest will start dying, basically. And ta-da! You get 28 bloods just like that. Okay, make that 40 bloods just like that. There we go. See what I mean? Like, by pulling that entire trash pack, you get like 40 bloods just like that. Imagine if you could spam that. You can also do that for the final boss as well, by the way. So pretty much once you get to the Nerubian blood part, is just like, it is literally just 10 Arakara things away. You don't need to do this for the meta achievement, I'm just doing it for funsies. I think I'm gonna do follower dungeons as a healer spec for Dark Flame Cleft until I can get the healer trinket. For the Mount Quest. So this one will be very hard because if you don't know, these guys slow. There you go. See what I mean? You get so much from this. Hopefully we didn't lose a single party member either. Someone told me there's like 100 blood 30 minutes, and I'm just like, I can do this dungeon in less.
Watch your step.
I didn't realize she casted that.
many deals for a friend of the Rumblesmith like you.
I was checking through my bags because I just realized I got some fingers in there. Oh shit! I see what this oh no, this is a speed trinket. That's why I kept it. I was looking for the second speed trinket I had, but that was it. Okay, there we go. Trying to find a I'm trying to find one of the journalists that I know of complaining about people basically transcribing his interviews and putting up on websites articles.
Many farewells.
Because a lot of people are saying, a lot of people, it's like someone said, like, you know, that people got ridiculed over it. I'm like, no, like it's a thing. You don't want to do that. Like, oh man. I know there's a lot of journalists that complain about this when their interviews get transcribed by Reddit and put on Reddit. I'm trying to find it. Like, I'm trying to find notes quoting this. Because I gotta say, I don't think a lot of Wowhead authors realize this. You can't go, okay, we'll use this guy's interview, put a story for it, transcribe his interview. It's unethical because you're making money off of it. Of something that isn't yours. And then saying that the person's getting paid in exposure. Then I'm gonna go say right now, it's the biggest Kafka trap in ever existence, okay? Because let's say, for example, you interview a dev and you want people to watch your video, even if you transcribe it. If a bigger news site aggregates it and then transcribes and links your video, they can like hide behind the fence that you know that it's fair use, and then you're in an issue because you can't say, because they'll say right away that they're not doing about the money and whatever it is and whatnot. They're doing it for a community service. But you can't say anything to it. Because you know they're doing it for the money, okay? Like, they wouldn't post an article like that for shits and giggles to happily promote someone. They want people to go to their website to view the content. And the problem is you can't argue against that, because that means they'll paint you as a person who cares about money, which is true. Squish to grubs. I don't think I'm explaining this very correctly, but what it is, like, when you try to argue that they're cannibalizing your views, like, they're always going to say, oh, but we're promoting your content. Put a watermark on your videos. That doesn't help. Unfortunately, it does not help. Because what they'll do is they'll link to your video, but, like, people are watching it through them. And it's a thing that will often happen as a small content creator. Is like, your content is going to be used by someone else, 100%. Like someone's going to transcribe your content and put it up there as like, you know, interview by this person did X and whatnot. Now, just therefore, the full interview was transcribed. Like, it wasn't like a partial amount, it was like a full amount. Without perms. Like, the big thing you can't argue. Yeah, it's basically, it's the same argument with reaction videos. The same argument. But with like journalistic sort of thing as well into it. Because it is used to cannibalize views. That's pretty much it. So what it is basically that spiral, what they call it, is called the aggregation spiral. So the aggregation death spiral, how a site dies basically. So what happens, how a site dies with aggregation spiral is that the people who are aggregating content earn more money than the people who are not than the people making the content. And the reason why that's a bad thing overall for creativity is that people who are creating the content are just not going to bother creating the content because it's not going to be feasible for them to do so, or it's, yeah, as I said, not feasible enough for them to do so. So they stop doing it. Therefore, the aggregators don't have much content to consume because the content creators don't have any money anymore because they've quit it because they have to get full-time jobs and whatnot. Or, you know, for example, the existing ones have to get, you know, part-time jobs and whatnot, so the quality of content goes down. So it basically is what we call the aggregation death spiral. And that's why you're going to be so careful with a lot of sites who just clearly aggregate content and make more money, is because it's easy to do it like that. For example, like, it's easy to be a React channel. I mean, like, I remember, like, Dark Viper getting heavily vilified for his fucking stance, but it's, like, completely fucking correct. Like, the best example you can give about it is the rabbits. Okay, how rabbits make creatures extinct, make native creatures extinct. It's not because there are, you know, there's not enough food or the food source is going down. There's just a fuck ton more rabbits. So that's how the offer happens, is that there's finite, you know, watch time for people and whatnot. But if the finite watch time for people are watching the people who are aggregating everything and, you know, reacting to videos and whatnot, the people who actually make the videos don't get so much. Now, consider it from a Wowhead perspective in particularly, is that the guy in question, which was, I think it was like Josh Corbett, now Mr. Mr. GM's deleted his tweet, so I'm assuming Wowhead tapped him on the shoulder and said, tell him to take it down. So yeah, so that sort of stuff can occur, and it can be a problem. Especially when people don't pay for it or don't, you know, give anything to the other person for it. It can become a problem. And it just puts to a point where it's just like you're better off being an aggregator of content than you are being a creator of content. And that's what happens in the end of the day. That's why like copyright in particular exists. It's not because like people want to get stupidly rich over one product or whatever it was. It's purely because of like big people taking advantage of small people in particular. There we go. That's another achievement done. I don't know how I can really explain this. I'm not sure if I've done it in a good way, but like it's basically that issue where like a person can it's just more incentive to aggregate content than it is to make content, and that just puts a downfall on the type of content that comes out. Now a lot of people who say that doesn't happen and like, you know, it's ridiculous, are usually the ones benefiting from it. Or they're unaware of like that they're cannibalizing they are doing of viewership.
The Cobus dare to attack our veneration grounds. Make them regret it.
Yeah, time to do more Arakara. Like I think overall it's better to ask people whether you can put their content up or not, or do the interview yourself. Now, alternatively as well, like, you know, these people could sell the interview to Wowhead, and like, that's like, if it just FYI, I'll just tell it this way, okay? For HLTV pay Note based on his interviews, okay? So the amount of hits his interviews get. Now, Note has got pissed off about this before because what Reddit used to do is Reddit used to post Note's interviews. You know, used to transcribe the entire interview and post his interview up on Reddit. Now, you may think, oh, that's pretty... Actually, no, you understand already. Like, you understand the problem with that. Is that every click that HLTV doesn't get means that Note doesn't get paid that much for his interview. And, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what happens there. And that's what comes to the issue there as well, is that your traffic will be impacted one way or another, or the site has greatly benefited off your work. Now that doesn't mean you would have got it, but it's like they still benefited off your work when, you know, if they wanted to have that story, they should have asked you straight up, or do the interview themselves. Now, what that doesn't mean, though, that doesn't mean that that person can't report on it, okay? So that person can take a snippet of the interview out. Let's say, you know, they're talking about CSGO hacking, for example, okay? And that was just a part of your interview. Like, you talked about CSGO happening and whatnot. You had, like, half a question on it. Well, not half a question, but you had a section on it. They can take that bit out and do whatever with it. Because it's not, like... It's only taking its fair use. It's taking only a little bit of slice out. Oh shit, I don't know why I did that, by the way. Because yeah, overall, I can be straight up for you. Wowhead's getting that content for completely free. Like a lot of the content they get it for completely free. And like, yeah. Been working non-stop this morning? Oh jeez, man. Yeah, you get one of those days where you can just like eat everything and nothing is just gonna fill you up. Can I get some more food? Dude, I think I had that. I remember back in the days, like during winter, where I had my dinner and I was like still hungry, and I'm just like, oh god, I want to Uber Eats more food. I kind of feeling like that now, not gonna lie, okay? But then I remember at the same time that, you know, I want to save money as well. Because like getting Uber Eats or DoorDash is just an additional $10 onto everything. Like my burger combo that I got previously, like yesterday, was $41, by the way. Burger, chips, and a drink, just a small Pepsi drink, you know, a can. Oh, why did I... Dude, I treated this like I was doing Mythic Plus. Yeah, I was trying to find a tweet to show, like, why it matters, and, like... Yeah, people should at least be asking people about it, or whatnot. And also, not to mention as well, I don't think we should be using everyone ridiculed him and whatnot. It's just like, yeah, everyone did ridicule him, but he's got a point. He's completely correct.
Crowd control.
It's like I said right now, it's like a lot of people, okay, when they talk about business. Why I talk about it, so did someone use your videos? No, so what happened, someone used, I think, Mr. GM's video of interview of Ion, and basically transcribed the entire interview. And I basically said in the tweet, yeah, it's kind of similar to this circumstance, where this guy's podcast was used for one of Wowhead's articles. And I'm being told it's a different scenario, that they just fucked up in linking his article. I don't want to fight on Twitter about it, but I definitely know it wasn't about that. I know it was about the fact that Wowhead used a lot of his videos for traffic. That he gets little to no benefit out of it. And I just basically straight up saying you just can't really argue against it. It's just basically pretty much take it how it is. They report on it, great. But another thing is people talk about business. Like, this is why you don't use a majority of people thought it was thought they were wrong. A lot of people have brain dead ideas about business, okay? Like, for example, a lot of people think that every part of your business has to be profitable, okay? Every single part of your business must be profitable to have a good business. Which is wrong. Like, you do want, like, most of your business to be profitable, but there are parts of your business that are not going to be profitable. And there are reasons for it. It's ideal, but not reality. It's not one of those either. There are deliberate loss leaders to funnel your clients into a different area. For example, Stake and Kick is a perfect example of it. So Kick is not there to make a profit. Kick is there to lure people in to buy it, to go into Stake. Fucking hell, man. My Coke Zero is killing me. Kick is there to funnel people into Stake, into a crypto casino for gambling. That's what it's there for. It's not there because, like, a streaming service is going to be profitable. It's an advertisement for the other shit. Oh shit. So yeah. And there's obviously been a lot of people talking about it because of ESO Impact. So if you're unaware, ESO Impact's been shutting down, which is the female circuit, is shutting down after Season 8, which I think it's this season or next season, I forget. But there's a lot of people saying like, oh, you know, if it was a profitable, we'll do more of it. I'm like, that's not, I'm like, no, that's not the point. Esports is never profitable. The point of it is because it's a funnel, because what you want to do is you want to have... Oh shit, it's gonna be a long stun. I think it might be a perma stun as well. Couldn't get a metamorphosis off. But what it's usually made for in particular, so what I've got it down as made for, is that it basically funnels all the people in buying Faceit, like gets women involved in esports and whatnot. And if they buy the Faceit Premium, you've got a monthly subscription that they are sub to, which you can potentially generate money from, which is exactly what it's should be used for. We saw you click that. Dude, I don't have my adventure retreat on a bind. And I gotta say right now, majority of people think that opinion of mine is stupid. Like, a lot of people think that my opinion that all businesses have to make money is stupid. And I'm like, no, it's completely correct. Like, you can tell who's run a business or not based on that thinking that's reality alone. Casual 5k AO. Just casually. I can even click my mod song, by the way. But anyway. But yeah, like I was being explained to I think who was it? There was a guy on the forum who was telling me about like explaining to me that concept, and I'm like, bro, that's wrong. Can you rebook a? Oh, you can rebook straight into Arakara. But what was it? So yeah, so a lot of people were telling me that like I had no idea what I was doing. You know, I have no experience in business. And I'm like sitting there owning my business deliberately. Or only, to be fair, it's only been for like 3 months or so. So it's like not a huge sort of thing. But I'm just sitting there going like, mate, there's definitely lost leaders in my businesses and my set books I operate. Like there are clients who are big loss leaders, but they are there because they could either become they're good referrals for other clients, or like they were previously very, very good clients and you have to take losses at some point. And I'm just sitting there, yeah, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about, just a few companies and whatnot. Like there are clients that are not profitable. Like there are 100% clients that are not profitable. Meanwhile, team dead? Yeah, you know, they should have pulled it to me, man. I don't know what they want from me, okay? Great tanking. Tank is 100 IQ. DPS 0 IQ. But anyway, so yeah, so I've had people say that, and I'm like, bro, I know what I'm talking about because so I quoted Devin Nash, and so I was like, Devin Nash doesn't know what he's doing. I'm like, yeah, Devin Nash has ran 2 businesses, an esports team and whatnot. He definitely knows what he's doing. Okay, you don't magically walk into a profitable esports team or a profitable small business venture. No, that's what it is. And also Lewis Rossman, okay, same person. He makes the he used to fix iPhone stuff and iPod stuff, okay, and laptop stuff, but now he's into data recovery. And like all the Apple stuff to replace things are just loss leaders for him, because if they need data recovery, they remember him and they go to him. And that's the point as well. Like for example, like I help out people with certifying docs for the state because people usually charge to certify docs, but I don't. Like some persons, one of the not JPs, sorry, one of the people, like their notitaries and what they can sign documents, were charging like $100 per signature. So not $100 per signature, like $30 per signature. And I'm just sitting there going like, well, no one's gonna go to you. Maybe my team shouldn't have gear on, have a good luck, Choco. Maybe my team shouldn't have gear on, Shadow. What do you think? Are you guys even farming? Gain this, blood for the mount. Because I can't do any of the other meta achievements, okay? Because I've done them all. Like, not have I done them all, but like I can't do the rest of the other ones because let me find a few, mate. Because I can't do this, okay? I can't do this because it's not the children's world quest. And I can't do this because it's not Naga week. So I have to wait until the Naga's on Siren Isle, and I can do all of them. What here is I can't do that. Well, I can't do it because it's not on. Once it's on, I'll be able to do it. Excuses, mate. If it was the correct week, I would be definitely doing it right now.
Crowd control.
There we go. Entire raid team's dead, by the way. Only the mage will live because the hunter won't feign death and will die. There we go. Oh, did I kill the mage? Oh, I didn't touch the mage, that's right. Wait, what? I did not know that these guys did not get aggroed. You know the things that spawn from the shrill stuff? It didn't aggro. That's the first time for everything. Normally all this shit aggroes. Surprised they haven't kicked you? Because they're clearing the dungeon in record time, mate. Clearly, wink wink nudge nudge. Nah, to be fair, they, like I can say, if I did this in the actual dungeon, they would definitely kick me. Like, I would definitely kick the person doing this sort of shit.
run out.
Just an FYI, this is a follower dungeon shadow.
Good fortune to our friends.
This is a sucky part of Arakara because you can't do anything about it.
Once, my people thrived under the guidance of the Black Empire. Queen Nephros,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a follower dungeon.
Ansrek, and the Black Blood will usher in a new age for Arcad.
Oh no. Timing was so bad on that, by the way. Thought they were actual people? Definitely not. Never do this in an actual dungeon, mate. As I said, I'll never do this in an actual dungeon. Oh god, that was my brother has literally just got back to me, by the way, for Borderlands. Oh shit, wait, what? Oh, crap, that's not good. Hey, you guys want to forget what you did to them? Oh yeah, damn right. My Empire worked, so I didn't get stunned. The funny thing is, the only person alive is the druid that can dispel poison. What the hell? They will have revenge? Yeah, probably.
Watch your step.
Next run I should be able to get enough for the mount. Do we just AFK after this? Do we just AFK install Infingo all day?
Watch your step.
Maybe we can do that AFK install AFK Infingo. Check your adventurer's guide. Like Oxley, the hunters, just said, anyone know? Like, if you want to know more things about this instance, check your adventurer's guide. Me. There's an adventurer's guide for this? I don't think so. Type of people you meet in dungeons. The overconfident tank. The tank that literally pulls everything. By the way, I know where all the you know the guys who speed level people? I know where all of them go. Like, when I was farming Grimgol for Siren Isle, they just all go to Siren Isle and farm that hyperspawn. And like they summon people in as well. And some of them even do it in war mode, which I find horrifying. Because I could have killed half the people that are trying to level up. But did I? No, of course I didn't, okay? Because I'm not that of a horrible person. But yeah, it was just basically saying you could like kill half of them by like just, you know, by just AoEing them down. And like the characters that they use aren't even that geared either. Like the characters like that were spam leveling were like literally only had done 1, 2, were 620, were like not 623 eye level, we're like 650 eye level. I was genuinely surprised. Like they were very, very low eye levels, so I was like genuinely surprised that they were doing it. That's what I'm saying. I did eventually get Grimgull in the end. I got Grimgull in the morning. I'm trying to think, did I stream me getting Grimgull? I'm trying to remember. But Grimgull's a pain in the ass to get, like really a pain in the ass to get.
Defensive.
By the way, I did get a sack brood. Okay, I did get a sack brood, by the way. Hope do you want to know that I got a sack brood? This guy, like I gotta say, this guy seems to do a lot of pug raids. Because that's like the 5th pug raid I've seen that guy do this week. This Samicus guy.
Crowd control.
Oh wow. Or at least this time they aggroed everything. At least this time, like, half my party's not dead. Well, now they are, but anyway. They are going to die, actually. This one's actually really, really diabolical since I can't kill any of the blood guards yet. Because all the blood guards are protecting each other, so eventually everyone's, yeah, I was gonna say everyone's gonna die. There we go. Once you kill one blood guard, the other falls shortly after as well, so it's up to, oh, they all B-raised each other, what the fuck? Okay, there we go. Can we get enough of Nerubian blood to get out of here?
Run out. Run out.
What do you reckon my chances of getting 25 blood from the next trash packs? I don't even think we have 25 mobs. Yeah, I don't think it's much of a chance. No, we do have 25 mobs actually. But I don't think we're gonna have much chance. Okay, good druid healer. Did you say it's healer for? Oh, jeez, we are gonna get it. We got 22. So out of the 26 mobs we killed, we got 22. So we are definitely going to get it. I actually don't have to kill the last boss either. I can just warp right out. There we go. We got exactly 500. And out we go. Did I get deserted for leading a followers group? Probably not. When was this said? The worst part is like you don't. There you go. See what we get here. I got the, by the way, I got the Blackwater Cartel mounts in one go. So now I think I got the Dark Fuse mount as well, like from the first trove. Oh no, I haven't got the Dark Fuse mount. I've got this one, and Steam Little Cartel, so I just need Venture Company. And I think it's pretty masochistic to farm the Dark Fuse one, okay? I have an opinion that's very masochistic to farm it. Are these like killable people? Like, how does this work? Oh. There we go. There's arm out.
I have many lucky doos you like.
Hmm.
Well,
So that's that done. So I got Sire's Bug finally. Someone might suggest, mate, why do you do Kaveza? Me, what did you do Kaveza? Fuck that boss, okay? That boss is just pain and suffering. I'm debating like whether or not like I was gonna like play as a blood elf to go through like their first two zones because obviously those zones are getting completely changed and whatnot. I think some people are also getting ready for Legion Remix as well. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna get ready for Legion Remix. Like they haven't released like what time Legion Remix is gonna be available yet. Which is annoying me because I want to know what time, like if it's gonna be like the usual 5 AM. So like I can get on at 5 AM and do a couple of levels. They're suspecting they'll go live at 9 AM PDT, but that's a speculation.
may your feet find good trails.
Well, if that's the case, I can just wake up. Or to be fair, I think people will do their vaults instead. But yeah, what I was planning to do is planning to create a new character, a blood elf. To go through basically all the things. I remember when blood elves couldn't go warriors. That was just such a thing for a long time. Like you didn't have blood elf warriors. Like I think that was something that came in Kata or something like that. Like blood elves had no warriors. So yeah. I'm trying to think of what blood elf to play. Trying to think what class to play. Should I go rogue or should I go warrior? Nah, I'll probably go rogue. Let's do that. Wow. Okay, so you always want to do, okay, that's the reason why. My brother missed his flight. Okay, anyway. Okay, I don't want to reload. I don't want to do a speed version. So for the heirlooms, you can get like all your places done really quickly. Like you can get all this shit. Not that it matters anyway. Okay. God, this is such an annoying thing. Like, do I put all my bars up or not? It's like the thing. Yeah, I guess so. So, hey guys. Okay, you know what? Should I record this? I probably will record this anyways. G'day guys, welcome to the Blood Elf starting zone. So, you guys may notice that the starting zones of Eversong Woods, or Sunstrider Isle, Eversong Woods, and Ghostlands are going to become obviously a one big zone in the future. So it's going to be a giant zone of Silver Moon City and whatnot as well. And we're going to go through how this quest works basically as well. So this is the starter zone for the Blood Elves on the retail realm at the moment. Now I've got 2 add-ons here as well, so I'm going to turn off fret plates because I don't need it. And to be fair, where is fret plates anyway? But we're going to get rid of fret plates because we don't need it. So yeah. So pretty much back in the Burning Crusade, they introduced this zone in particular for Blood Elves. And that was not a good start, so it lagged to pieces. So basically there was one quest here. There's one quest here. The quest afterwards used to be testing your racial, which was Arcane Mana Tap and Arcane Torrent. So back in the day, you needed to have 3 Mana Taps before you could get an Arcane Torrent. So the funny thing is that a lot of people, like there's a quest here in particular where you need to do Mana Tap 3 times and Arcane Torrent mobs. So it took people like, 6 to 8 minutes because Mana Tap was a 2-minute cooldown. And Arcane Torrent you could use the moment that you got 3 stacks of it. So like you were waiting 4 minutes regardless for what some of these quest chains. And what some people did as well, they realized that you only had to Mana Tap once. So they Mana Tapped preparing for this sort of thing to occur. So like since they knew that was going to happen, they were prepared for it. So they tapped themselves up to 2. As you can see here, their Blood Elves are very Fel Crystal. So the Blood Elves are not like the High Elves. So the High Elves like channeled arcane magics and whatnot. They didn't channel the Fel energy. And this is part of Calphos, essentially. What it is that to solve their mana woes and mana hungriness, so whatever it is, you'll encounter the Withered throughout the scene as well. They they channeled Fel instead, so the Fel energies, and that's why there's like a lot of Fel crystals here. Because basically Kael'thas sold out to the Burning Legion, that's pretty much what occurred. So yeah. So as he sold out to the Burning Legion, now they're channeling Fel instead. And yeah, you know, basically some of the Blood Elves disagreed with that. You learn about that in Shatrath. And they basically joined the Scryers basically as well. Also, the Blood Elves here do not know about the treachery that Kael'thas has done in the Burning Crusade, where that he's like full on sided with Kil'jaeden and the Burning Legion instead of Illidan. So a lot of the Blood Elves here still think he's with Illidan, but he isn't with Illidan, he's with the Burning Legion now. Now with Eversong Woods overall, so Eversong Woods is just about dealing with the issues after. So essentially the issues after the Warcraft 3. So basically in Warcraft 3, Arthur's, you'll see it after we get our Sunstrider Isle, but Arthur's carved a fucking big fuck off like undeath trail all the way up to the Sunwell. So you can see that here. And they took it, and he took out Silvermoon City because they were in his way. Mainly you can blame Sylvanas for that one. Like Sylvanas like hunted him to no end, that basically Arthas raised the city because of it. So with these zones in particular, like so Sunstrider Isle, so in the Burning Crusade, every single race got a new second zone and a new first zone. Now, the main reason for this is probably for Horde in particular, is that Horde didn't really have many second zones, okay? So Horde only had Barrens and Silverpine Forest, and I gotta say Silverpine Forest was really, really shit compared to, well, let's just say compared to everything else, it was pretty shit, let's just be honest. It was one of the worst things there was. Okay, I just realized I got a cheap shot. There we go. Awesome. But yeah, let's put it this way, it was one of the worst ones that had occurred. Mainly because, like, Silverpine, like, it was... For the Horde, it was very hidden, a lot of the quests. Like, a lot of quests were hidden amongst the houses.
The dark times will pass.
And let's just put it this way, it was very, very hidden. And it was very difficult to spot. Like, if you didn't catch those hidden quests, you would, like, lose a lot of chains. The Barrens, instead, was very easy because a lot of the chains involved in the cities, either in the Crossroads or Ratchet. Or I'm trying to think of the other area in the Barrens where quest was on Camp Triage, that's right. What about that as well? Camp Triage was another one where it was done as well. Oh crap, I stuffed up. I stuffed up my Arcane Torrent and it didn't get unleashed. I thought I caught it in it, but I definitely didn't. Now, overall, this little area is just a quick tutorial on your abilities and whatnot, and it's a quick introduction to the Blood Elves themselves. And also, I gotta say, it's got some very, very cool architecture as well. Now, I've got to say, overall, that there's some very, very cool content in this area, like cool areas back in the day. Now, see this quest here? This quest used to be at the channel up mana taps. Now, with like most starting zones, the mobs are not naturally aggressive to you. So they're pretty easy to kill. But be aware that these mobs scale up to your level. Okay? Now, obviously, since I'm doing it on retail, it's a lot easier. Basically, on classic, it's a lot harder because like a lot of the quality of life changes are much different on classic. Like for example, like Rogue is not this quick and reactive and whatnot. And also there's no recuperate either. And also you don't level this quickly on classic servers either. Now the reason why I go for these old things as well, because basically a lot of you guys are going to be experiencing Silvermoon and Eversong Wood for your first time in Midnight. And you can probably miss the old architecture of Silvermoon. Despite, you know, Nozdormi could probably give you the tick through time as well. So overall I'd say like Sunstrider Isle and the Blood Elf area in particular was really good. Okay, it was like really good as a zone. Because it's very light, very good architecture. Like, look at the architecture, of course, as well. This is done in, like, 2007, by the way. Very pretty. The first time you get to see it in BC, if you didn't level a Blood Elf, was during Hellfire Peninsula. There was a place called Falcon Watch. And you got a tower and all these areas as well. So, it looked pretty awesome. Now, also, as well, you get, bags as you level as well. So as you can see here, got an extra backpack or so. And you just make sure you equip the gloves and stuff as well. Now as you can see, you get, you know, a whole bunch of quests as well. And it's pretty cruisy. So overall with Sunstrider Isle, it's basically teaching you what it means to be a Blood Elf. So they give you to Darth Ramar, who used to be Kael'thas's dad. And the king of the Sunwell, he also got killed by Arthas, obviously, because Arthas killed fucking everyone in Silvermoon. And it's just basically showing off, like, you know, Sunwell, what Darth Ramar was, what it means to everyone, and whatnot as well. You also get more information about it with the Quell Dalar questline, which is Darth Ramar's sword, which you can make into anything, by the way, so, you know, by getting the battered hilt. So there's a lot of things like that as well. But the cool things about the Sunstrider Isle quest is just it gives you a light but beautiful introduction to the, I don't know, like the awesome side of the Blood Elves, I guess. Like the pretty and architectural side. But we'll get to the reality side soon enough where you'll see like the price of this sort of thing that they're going through. Now in particular as well, you can also get it from you will get to the grim reality of the Blood Elves after the starting zone, but this is like, you know, the lightheartedness of, you know, Blood Elves are just a mystical, magical race. You know, they're channeling magic, they're doing what they can to survive. It doesn't go through what they've, you know, gone through, in particular, the pain and suffering, the sacrifice that they've gone through to achieve this. And, you know, it's quite messed up, basically. And also as well, you do get like Fortitude of the Sindarai or whatnot. This is like Divine Spirit and Prayer of Fortitude combined. And there are a few things like this in this area. Now the next few areas, it brings a few unique things with Blood Elves as well. So one of the things that they are bringing back for Midnight is the vineyard. So basically there's a unique invite to a wine party that you can get later on, and that's coming back, which is really good to see. But overall, as a starting zone, it's nothing too flash. There was also another starting zone called the Draenei starting zone, which was Azure Mist Isle. I guess I like this a bit more because Azure Mist Isle was a bit wonky. Like, the start's fine, but it's just like the ending is a bit wonky. You don't really get to the Exodar until much later. And in fact, like, you don't need to go to the Exodar at all. You can go straight to Darkshore after the first area if you really want to, and just avoid the Exodar altogether. Meanwhile, with Silvermoon City, you actually go into Silvermoon City as part of your questline and whatnot. And before you even can get to Undercity, you have to go through Silvermoon City. With Exodar, you don't have to. You can just simply get on a boat and get to Darnassus. Now, with Silvermoon City, you can... after your little thing, you can go anywhere you want. So obviously, you can't go to below Tranquillin or go Skagos lands because it's the Eastern Plague lands, and you won't be high enough level for that. The Eastern Plague lands used to be like level 55 to 60 zone, and there's no way you can get 55 to 60 with the current things. But it's kind of like I say, all these zones are kind of like Den of Trials and whatnot, the other starting zones. in both, you know, Undead with Death Knell, which has also been redesigned. You got the Valley of Trials as well in Orgrimmar. You also got the Echo Isles as well for Trolls down in Cataclysm. It's kind of like a similar area where there's like, you know, there's a few collect quests, but there's always just one big bad guy at the end of it. So, like, for example, there's at the end of the starting zone, there's Zalzane, for example, which now obviously Zalzane's gone. But it's also like the Burning Blade and whatnot, and the other races and whatnot. So yeah. Now with the other quest zones, we're talking about Alliance with Draenei. Draenei also got released with Azure Mistile and Blood Mistile, and after that you got told to go to Ashenvale or other areas as well. Overall, like, it still didn't address the Horde's main issue with secondary zones, is that now Alliance had 4 secondary zones and Horde only had 3 secondary zones. So that was still the big main issue, which that was fixed eventually in Cataclysm with the introduction of Ashara. So Gilneas obviously didn't get a second zone, they got put into Darkshore, and obviously Ashara got introduced for the Goblins.
We will persevere.
Now overall, we're going to get some daggers.
We'll have justice.
And we're going to handle this in here. So basically, it's like most of the big bosses overall, like, you know, the Den and whatnot for Orcs and Zalzane as well as part of it. You have one quest to kill the big bad in here as like kind of an introduction to like group questing or whatnot, which doesn't really work too well because you can solo most of these. So it's just like, what's the point? But it's like, you know, things like that to really introduce you to WoW or just a big bad of the starting zone in general. Shit. That's not a good start. Now, back in the old days, like, you could talk to these guys a lot of abilities, but they're kind of pointless now. Like, they're kind of pointless. They don't do anything anymore.
The eternal sun guides us. What business have
See ya.
Hold your head high.
So previously, back in the old days and whatnot, you used to have quests here as well, which would essentially help you do things. Now, basically, once you reach level 6, you can exit the zone anytime. So you can go to do the Slain by the Wretched, which leads you to your next zone, which is Falcon Wing Square, which is down here. Now, obviously, with the new secondary zones and whatnot, they've added in flight paths. So they've introduced flight paths to the player a lot earlier. And the main reason for that is just essentially make the leveling process a lot quicker. Now, WoW used to pride itself on slow leveling, okay? Slow leveling is a thing and whatnot, more dungeons, is more about the journey than the experience. But the problem with WoW and that stuff is that it gets to a point where there's so many expansions that the real goal is the end game. Regardless of what anyone says, the real goal is the end game. No one is playing the game for the leveling experience more than once. I'd be really surprised if that's the case, if anyone is playing for just a leveling experience. Now, Classic WoW's leveling experience is second to none. It's probably one of the toughest, especially on hardcore, and slowest perspective. And also as well, it makes you have to get group quests and whatnot. And if you're playing with another person, it's you know, you can really build your paths on what quests you're gonna do and what things you're gonna do as well. So it really, really builds you on that. Now for this one overall, so you can think about Veldrin and what he's doing as well. So basically, he's a betrayer, he's banished. So talking about this, they're talking about the magical addiction. So basically the Blood Elves are afflicted with a curse called magic addiction where they feed on magic, okay? Because they need magic to live. And ever since the Sunwell is corrupted, they use the Fel to feed their magic instead. So now what's occurred here is that these guys have, you know, they're just gulping down magic like it's crazy and become fully addicted to it. And what the High Elves want to do is they don't want people to get super addicted to magic. They want people to moderate themselves, essentially. And yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment. We're trying to teach him that he can't keep doing this or get away with this. Now, this also introduces you to the Blood Elf structures as well. And just FYI, I'm going to say right now, this is probably the downside of the Blood Elf starting zone. Is that, yeah, you're going to, like, fortunately they're not aggro, like they're not red, so they will aggro onto you. But, like, it's a big climb for a lot of people. Like, it's a big climb. And you can see the guy at the top. Now Felder on the banner, she's pretty easy to kill. I hope he's pretty easy to kill. If not, it'll be very humorous.
Your friends will not long mourn your passing.
There's a row, you quickly beat him up. Get his head. Now the cool thing is you can quickly jump down. Problem is you want to make sure you land in the water, because if you land on anything, you are going to die. And the water is not deep enough? But it was deep enough. Cool thing is, if you're under level 10, you can just bring people back to life and get no penalty. By the way, don't do that hardcore, because, you know, obviously you lose your character. But if you're under level 10, you can just res sickness for free. Dude, I'm surprised that I died to that. But anyways, we continue. So yeah, the Blood Elf, the opening starting zone just really teaches you about like how Blood Elves have, you know, they're dealing with a magic addiction. The route they dealt with it is like Kale allied the Burning Legion or Illidan. Illidan solved their mana issue, and this is where we are at the moment. Now, after you get level 7, you'll be aiding the Outrunners. So pretty much this is just more of a teaching the Blood Elf what culture they are, and then essentially you'll be going to another area to deal with the current Blood Elf problems. Now, we introduce you to a few new species as well. So in this expansion, I introduced the Lynx, as you can see there as well, the Springpaw Lynx, they introduce you to that. And also the Blood Elf culture as well. You can also see a lot of the Blood Elf infrastructure and, well, architecture. The wagon, the sun, you know, obviously the Blood Elf's crest. And we're going to go to the second zone as well. Well, not second zone, but the second starting zone, basically. So you're gonna go to Eversong Woods. You probably go through this in your journey in expansion to Midnight as well.
Glory to the Sindorai.
Now this will go to your first little area. There, you can go exploring down there, but there's nothing really down there to really explore. It's just more history and whatnot as well. And this brings you into the first area of Silvermoon. So this is what you call the left side of Silvermoon, and basically Silvermoon is split in half by the Scar, which is basically what Arthas did essentially. Now effectively, this is the first quest. You see the Outrunner got killed here. He didn't make it to the base. So basically they're trying to clear away here to, you know, be all fine. Now at the same time, just be aware that this will be all rebuilt in Midnight, because obviously this has been a long time since this has really occurred.
Our enemies will fall.
So this is the typical classic quest where you go to an innkeeper to introduce you to inns. So you can see here, they introduce you to inns as well. And this is how you do it. Basically, overall, they always have this quest at the end of the starting zones, as you may notice in Classic, that they have a quest where you can get 5 food or 5 water by just running to the other side. And there's no, like, anyone in particular that's around here that can really stop you. So now, as you can see here, they are wretched. And this is what the Blood Elf's main problem is that some people get too addicted to the fel magic, or they don't get enough magic that they become wretched. It's just like, kind of like they transform or whatever when they get too addicted to magic or don't get enough magic. So these guys will try to suck the mana out of you, and when they do, they blow up as well. And also, not to mention as well, like some of the arcane constructs that they've made to try and combat this have gone insane as well, which you will go through a bit later. Now we're going to come through the next part of the map called Falcon Wing Square. So Falconwing Square is like the Razor Hill. So it's like the Razor Hill, Bloodhoof Village, in the Tauren area and whatnot. That's what it is essentially as well. Now, if you've got the ability, you can quickly get rid of all your stuff. But the first thing you want to do is you want to go in here and hand your stuff into the Innkeeper. So now you can see Blood Elf Decor, which looks pretty awesome. Make sure you pick your reward. So you can see the Blood Elf architecture here, that looks pretty awesome. Like, you know, carpets, curtains, golden stairways and whatnot as well. You can see your trainers up here as well. And it looks pretty awesome overall. Now, the funny thing that's probably most out of place is the beer stuff here. Like, that's kind of out of place. Now, with Cataclysm, you can learn all the professions here, basically. So if you want to do that, you can do it here. We're not going to set up any professions on this character. The main reason why is because we probably don't really need it. This is more of like an exploration of the Blood Elf zones overall. So, welcome to Falconwing Square. So, Falconwing Square is more of the military side of the Blood Elves. So, basically, this is where your archers and rangers and whatnot were basically taught. Now, you'll get more quests to go back up here. And that's exactly what we'll do. We'll be going back up here, essentially, as well, to get all these things out there. Now, I think there's one quest as well on the wall. There it is, where this guy's here. And we'll be doing the quest here as well. Now, the next quest will introduce you to the Wind Riders. So, there's Wind Rider down here, or Hawk Strider, or Dragonhawk Master. And we'll get introduced to those a bit later. Now, what we've got to do here is we've got to recover the mana crystals. And we also got to take care of the unstable dudes as well. So, these Urshan guys will definitely attack you. If you're a mana class, they will try to suck the mana out of you as well. So, be aware of that. I do remember they were a big pain in my ass earlier, back in the day, especially if you played a paladin. So what you're looking for as well, we're looking for these Arcane Pathfinder Patroller dudes. They used to be a bit of a pain in the butt as well, but since I'm a rogue, I can just go in and stealth everything, right? Now, what you want is the Arcane Cores. And also you get the Unstable Mana Crystals, which you can get by picking up the crates in the ground. The Mana Crystals are very easy to get, but the first thing you want to get is the Mana Cores. They're probably the more important things. So pretty much overall, the main thing with the arcane stuff is to basically rebuild their constructors to not attack them. And the other stuff with the stable mana crystals is to make sure that the wretched don't use it. That's pretty much what we're doing here. Now be aware that these mobs can aggro to us, which means you may have to take more than one mob. As you can see here, they've got 2 mobs onto me. And back in Classic WoW, this was pretty much a death knell at times, but you had 2 mobs on you, as very few classes could deal with having 2 mobs on them. But fortunately, in retail, that's not really much of an issue. So this quest used to be a bit of a pain in the ass because you have to subjectively pull these back bit by bit, which means you would overlevel this area fairly quickly. And overleveling this area, even though it's not bad, it's probably very, very, very annoying because you may not finish the entire quest throughout the zone as well, which a lot of people did not like, which, yeah, I can imagine. Now there's Feldraust down here, as you can see here, as we recuperate. Love these animations. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull one by one. Probably should have actually just went for him, given that we somehow pulled him very, very well. So we have to get this guy's head, and then we can go after the arcane stuff again. We should be able to kill him. Yeah, we got Aether straight up. Okay, got his head. Alright, the last part we got to get is the Arcane Patrollers, and I think we've killed a few of them here already. there's only one wandering at the top. Which you can pick off with relative ease. So actually got one here. Really? A bit annoyed about this one, to be honest. So with Arcane Torrent as well, Arcane Torrent gives you a slightly bit more energy. Okay, and then after this, we'll go ahead into Falconwing Square. But overall, it's like the first time you get introduced to the Wretched. And basically, these are the... I think this is the only time you get introduced to Wretched, because the next part you get introduced to Wretched is on Dial called Darnus. But I'm very sure the Wretched do exist in Tranquillin as well. Now, these guys can be relatively annoying when trying to get back, because, like, there's no... generally they say on WoW that you can go along the roads and it's relatively safe. This is not true in Silvermoon, as you can see here. You're actually better off going off the roads and you won't aggro so much in Eversong Woods or Silvermoon in general.
Yes, Shorel arrived. Time is of the essence.
Now, also, if you want to know, you can get a cracked power core, which gives you a bit more.
State your business. The reckoning is at hand.
Oh, that's annoying. We got Crimson Vial, but that means very, very little. Just an FYI, Crimson Vial is a in-combat heal for rogues. But I doubt we'll use that too much. And before I spend like the half of the video just using it non-stop. So with Blood Elves, you got a lot of different quests all around here. And an introduction, or you get your introduction, first introduction to Dragonhawks. But you get introductions to a lot of things in this area. Now, there's a dwarf here. Maybe odd for an alliance here.
Remember the Sunwell.
Remember that dwarf for later, by the way. Now, also as well, you get these quests down here. I'm not sure whether or not I should go down to this area or not. I will probably get to that later. So basically, with all these quests, they basically tell you what all the quests are. You get breadcrumbs to all these zones anyway. So even if you don't do it now, you'll eventually get a breadcrumb to those zones. Like, I think it goes like this. You do this quest first, you get told to go down to Fairbreeze Village, and you go to these areas, and then you get told to go across here. I think the last quest is the Zal Marosh and Amani Evasion quest, before you go into Ghostlands. But yeah, we'll do all the quests here as well, and you can see here the lush woods of Eversong Woods. The beautiful music in the background as well.
Glory to the Sindori. Hold your head high.
Okay, so you can see here that the mana stalkers are mana ray, so basically I feel like this area has exploded. And we have to deal with it. And we have to deal with it just by killing the mobs. Now we have to get the Darnasian Intruder dealt with. So if you're unaware, the Blood Elves don't... The Night Elves don't trust the Blood Elves. Okay, you're going to find that during the story as well, that basically the Blood Elves are being spied on by the Night Elves. So the Night Elves are spying on them, basically. And this becomes a bit of a feature later on as well, when essentially you realize a bit later on, a bit spoiler for a bit of a quest chain, that one of the guys who's with a guest is not forehead that is that person's not trustable. Let's just put it that way, okay? That's missed the intruder. Intruder's up here. So what you're going to do is you want to head straight to intruder, which is the Darnassian Scout. The main reason why is that you can kill the mana things later, but this guy, well, it's better to kill him earlier for like reasons like it's like reasons of named mobs. You want to kill these mobs a lot earlier than later, because if you're competing with someone, it's easier to do a kill quest with a lot of these guys around than trying to kill one of these. And I just realized there's multiple Darnassian Scouts. Now you also get another dock as well, which is actually very, very important later on for another quest. Now you want to, once it becomes able to hand in, you want to hand that in because it also helps up another chain as well. And you want to be able to do these chains relatively quickly because it'll get you able to access most of the zones. Ooh, damn. I didn't know you did so much damage. Moonfight me for 136. That's like more than my HP. Yeah, geez, that is actually more than most of my HP. These things are ruthless. So might as well use, I think we've got the flight pass anyway.
Victory lies ahead.
So anything within the Eversong Woods as well is completely free, so you don't pay anything. So you can fly between these areas for completely free. So we're gonna go back to Falcon Wing Square. I've got to say, like, some of these things, man, like, geez, quite rough. I'm surprised that thing one-shot me, to be honest. Like, 136, that's like 171, that's all my HP. Almost. And that's not something I can interrupt either, it's an instant as well. I'm just surprised there's something like that hasn't been tuned in the game, because I don't remember like that mob having a Moonfire being that damaging when I was leveling in Classic. Or we could even test it on Classic.
The dark times will pass. Keep your wits about you.
Yeah, there we go. So we got a new ability called Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice is not really that important for you at the moment, because Slice and Dice doesn't really do too much. Let's just be real, okay? Slice and Dice will do a few things later, but nothing now, because like the main thing is you want to kill mobs, not like have the mob last. Like, you don't want to have a quicker attack speed, you want to kill the mobs quickly.
I have one-of-a-kind items.
So pretty much you get another dagger, by the way. Now, the big thing overall with the expansion, the releasing of Dragonhawks was probably a big thing for the Blood Elves. So now you need to kill this guy. You lure this guy away, he's well aware that you know who he is.
Hi. Watch your back.
I like how my name is Remember Sunwell. But this guy is well aware of your shit. Like what you're trying to do. Maybe Slice and Dice could be good. We'll see. But I don't think Slice and Dice is really that good, to be honest. There we go. Okay, for that one we can hand in a bit later, because we don't need to hand it in now. Now we're going to go back to that other quest. And hopefully this time we don't get killed by a Moonfire mob. Okay, that's why people don't do Eversong Woods. They avoid like the play because that guy can end your speedrun just like that. Okay, so we did one quest so far.
Yes.
Let's try to make sure we don't get absolutely railed by the Mana Stalker this time. You don't let it do a move, okay? If we let it do a move, it's definitely killing us. Good dodge, there we go. I can't believe it hit me for that hard, to be honest. Now it's gonna hit me for even harder, I reckon. Because I've gone up a level. Okay. By the way, it used to be back in the day that these things, only the energy stuff, only updated in 20s, in ticks, and it didn't used to be this live update here. Phew. Dude, I get so nervous once I hit like the low HP marks. I'm just like, oh shit, will they do the Moonfire and kill me or what? Ooh, that was beautiful. But also as well, the Arcane Residue is probably pretty nasty as well. Probably does a lot of the damage. The reason why Slice and Dice is not that great because as a sword, as a dagger user, your daggers are pretty quick anyway. It's like a 50% increase, you know, attack speed on daggers isn't really that great.
Guides us.
But on a sword, it is really, really good. Okay. Oh, so we don't get a chain? But we did get a chain. Now, a lot of these quests lead to breadcrumbs with other quests. So, crap, I just realized I aggroed 2 of the Moonfire guys. This is not good. I knew that was going to happen because I aggroed 2 of the Moonfire guys. Funnily enough, it let me back up here. Oh. Those guys are literal fucking menaces, holy shit. I just can't believe they do that much damage, like holy moly. There's these wretched guys begging for forgiveness, they don't get any forgiveness. There you go. As I thought. So essentially, you get to go to Fairbreeze Village, and that's where your next quest will be. You can also get a quest at the Dead Scar as well. And the Dead Scar leads to a quest chain, which basically goes slowly but surely downwards. Now with these quests, you get quests to go to all these areas at some point from Fairbreeze Village. Fairbreeze Village will be your next stop. I thought you would get to put to the Murlocs first as being put to Fairbreeze Village, but no, clearly you go to the other things first. So with Fairbury's Village, you get soaked pages as you go down. Now here's the Dead Scar, the first thing you get introduced to. So here is the Dead Scar, like basically they broke through to Sunwell, and these are the guys defend, like they're trying to restore it, and they're trying to defend the they're trying to defend from plague road pillages and whatnot, trying to defend it so they can rebuild it and make the land better again, I guess. Now you got dual wields swords. So basically with this quest as well, when you go further and further down the scar, you get different mobs. So these are just the first and many mobs that you will be dealing with. Good old Eversong Woods. This will definitely be gone at midnight. This will be all refurbished and refertilized. In Cataclysm, if the Western Plague Lands, which is probably one of the harder hit areas, is all good and well, this area will be all good and well, 100%. I mean, they did put the Sunwell back in. They definitely should be working at this stage. I just realised that I don't have any of my guildies here, in case they wanted to do Mythic Plus. Anyway, so after we get this level, which will be coming up shortly, you get introduced to the talent system. To be fair, I don't even know what to go as a rogue. There we go. I still love the little cooking thing that the Blood Elf does. It looks so weird, but so funny. There we go. So level 10, you can pick your adventure. Do I recommend for you to pick your adventure? Probably not. You can also unlock all your features as well. And also, yeah. You can also pick your abilities, but if you're going to play Outlaw, Assassination, or Subtlety, you probably play Outlaw, given the fact that Outlaw has like Blade Flurry. Probably what I want. And we'll probably put Insta Poisons on all our weapons. Have they got all Insta Poison or? Okay, each strike. Okay, awesome. Now we go to talents and we get blind automatically because it's a CC. And we either get evasion or gouge or whatever. I'm trying to think which one we should get. That would do evasion. We get more abilities, we get blind as well. We don't get Blade Flurry yet. So you basically get to pick a specialization here. And like your abilities will change to a certain ability. For example, like you can get Dispatch and Blade Flurry. Oh, I just realized there's someone here. So basically you get a quest down here with a roadside ambush. Now, I believe you don't get, like, I'm trying to think, looking at Dispatch. I don't think you get it yet. No. So pretty much this guy got attacked. Do we know who attacked them? No, we have no idea. Will we find out? Yes, we will. So there's one quest going here, which you can go here and it'll go to all these other areas, or you can go down here to Fairbreeze and start there. It doesn't really matter which way you do it because obviously Silver Moon City is a flight path out of it, and you're gonna get the flight path here. I wonder, can you mount up yet? I don't think you can at level 10. I know you can. Now, if you want to like just basically speed run everything, you can mount up now at level 10, and this will make questing a bit quicker. I think you run at 100% speed. I remember I am very sure in the old BC zones you could not fly around. So basically here you get all the quests. Okay. So this chick here gives you every single quest in this fucking entire area, okay? So basically this expansion, they were really, really huge on giving you breadcrumbs to fucking everything, okay? So if you didn't feel like you got breadcrumbs, you're gonna get a lot of breadcrumbs, okay, in this area. Like, you get breadcrumbs on breadcrumbs. You have non-stop breadcrumbs everywhere. You get breadcrumbs to every single quest, as you can see, that we had on our map. So first of all, what you can do is that you can either go to here, and also you're going to hear a lot of Remember the Sunwell as well. Just remember it. So yeah, basically pretty much at this stage, you can go into all these different quests and stuff like that as well. The main one I would do is recommend going this side, because you'll pick up that, and then you'll pick up all of these eventually as well. And also, last thing is make that your finger. Now also, you know how I talked about the quest earlier where you got more Dead Scar stuff? Well, you're going to have more Dead Scar stuff here. Because this chick who's fighting down here, you can see the familiar mod, the Plaguebone Pillagers, she'll tell you to go kill a bit more. And this is like further down the Dead Scar, as you can see here. Now, with most of these, you get your typical quest as well. Your typical quest to fly to Silver Moon. You can choose to do that. It's a typical fly quest where you just fly here and go back. And we might as well do that now because we've got, you know, time to do so as well. So we're going to zoom in here, fly to Silver Moon. Now, as you can see here, of course, as well, is that in this area that, you know, there's a lot of different zones. I remember doing this as well, because I was farming Strathhome for stuff. Welcome to the Horde, by the way, so just showing that all off. It is quicker to fly than it is to walk to these zones and whatnot as well. Now there's a quest here as well, which is for Brewfest, which we're not going to do. We're going to put our mounts here, because at level 10 you get a mount, and we might as well utilize that. And we're going to go to this one as well. This one's going to unlock a few breadcrumbs elsewhere. Now, what this is going to do is that we're going to punish our 2 students, which I think is a bit rash, to be honest, given the fact that it was not their fault. But you get to punish them anyway. You will be coming back to Silver Moon. So as you can see here, there's statues of Calphos in this area. Now, obviously, when you come in as a Blood Elf, you have no idea that Calphos is really fucked up. Sorry, that's his dad, Deframa. But you have no idea how badly Calphos is fucked up. Okay? At this stage. And, like, how much he's betrayed the Blood Elves. At this stage. So this is the Silver Moon City, the Blood Elf capital. And as you can see here, a few things in different places. You can also see down there as well, there's a War Chief command board. And you are going to hand in the General's Goods store, like you do with every single quest in regards to this area.
Everything has a price.
Now, if you've got professions, you can get those professions done here. If you want to go to the Undercity for any reason, you go to Sun Fury Spire and you can teleport through there as well. However, there's probably no reason to go through there as of yet. Here's all the auction house as well. The auction house is in there. And I think the bank is also in here as well. Now, this is the way you can get to the Dead Scar, but as you can see, it's blocked off because they're trying to reinforce that area. And they don't want, obviously, the undead getting through that. So this is our small little area into the city. There's also like a little different walk of elders and whatnot as well. You can see a horde entourage walking through this area as well. You can take some time to see them as well because they walk around like this. You can walk around in different areas as well. The Fast Riders, the Court of the Sun, Murder Row, which is going to be instants in Midnight. And yeah. Also, what's that? I was going to say that's Darkmoon Fair. Didn't realize Darkmoon Fair was active. Oh yeah, it should be active this week, shouldn't it? Or should already be active. It should already be active. This is Brewfest, by the way. So now with our quest picked up, we can now return.
We will have justice.
Now, yes, you do have to fly back. There's a few quests, like in some of the Horde ones, you don't have to fly back. But no, unfortunately, you do have to fly back. So this one, since you purchased a flight pack, you can just hand it in right away. Oh man, there we are.
Your gold is welcome here.
And that's your free EXP quest, basically. Now, next quest is the pelt stuff. What you want to do is that you want to go up and discipline these guys. And when you go to Silver Moon next, which is, like I say right now, you will be going to Silver Moon. You can just basically get free stuff. Now, since I've been made a, I'll just put it this way. You are going to hit a lot harder. Okay, once you hit level 10, you start to hit a lot harder. Basically, your scaling goes up through the yin yang. And you can see here that that guy who one-shot me before is not going to be able to one-shot me again. Okay, so you basically turn these guys into sheep. Okay, let's put it that way, okay? And that guy's gonna get pissy at you over it. Dude. My Sinister Strike doing like 57 damage. It's crazy, man. But anyway, we'll discipline the other guy as well. I still think this is very, very harsh, to be honest. Oh no, not this again. So yeah, at this point you can choose which way to go. It doesn't really, there's no really wrong answer on which way to go in this area. You can choose to go to the right and get these quests done, or you can choose to go to the left and get the other quests done. There's really no wrong answer here. And this is just like dealing with normal Silverwind stuff and like really introducing you to like their magic culture and whatnot. And also introducing you to what the other issues they have with the Imani and the other issues they have with the undead. So those are the things that they do have to deal with, like the undead. Obviously you do the killing the wildlife and whatnot. And you also have to deal with the Alliance as well. Now with this area, eventually you get to deal with like the borderlines and whatnot and the magical stuff to keep certain people out. And well, we'll get into that quest shortly as well, because if we're going down to the left hand side, we're going to eventually deal with it. There we go. I'd say if you're a rogue, skinning is probably a really, really good thing to get right about now. Didn't even get any loots off that guy. Being scammazed. So here's Captain Killer Sand.
Your enemies will fall.
So with Captain Killer Sand, you get a quest to go down this area, and eventually you can go down all the other areas as well. First things first, we'll do the Sunscale Anchorage. So you would have got that first quest there, and I just realized there's another quest as well, which I'm just going to kill this guy first. My Blade's Hunger, okay. Funnily enough, the thing that I got, a small egg, those things are very, very difficult to grab.
Enemies will fall.
Okay, so first things first, you get the sun anchorage. So this is like your first mini zone, and eventually you're going to get to the rest of the zone as well. We should be able to clean these guys up really, really quick, actually. There we go.
Of the Horde, the Dragon Isles have awakened and beckoned.
Yeah, just FYI, you don't really care about too much about that. So basically this is trying to get you to go to the Dragon Isles. We're not going to do that because it's not the purpose of this living campaign. Now at this point, if you want to know, these guys do not scale up with you unless you do time walking, which we can do time walking as well. So these guys will stay at level 10. But if you do Chromie time, which I could do, which I am going to do actually. If you do Chromie time, which we'll go to Orgrimmar with, we can get back to Silver Moon very easily. You can level up in a classic zone up until max level. Now be aware you can fly here. So you can fly at level 10. So what we're going to do is that Chromie time is listed here. So if you've only leveled up if you've leveled up once, you can't do Chromie time. But if you've leveled up multiple times, you can do Chromie time at any time. So what you do is you talk to Chromie. So they recommend this, generally speaking, but you can go to any of them. Now this is what you can do here is you can do the Cataclysm.
Who would have thought someone named Deathwing would bring about so much destruction?
So what you can do is you've been time gated, which means you can go back to this area, and now this area is 1 to 71. So these quests here that you've got will level up with you. And that's like very, very important because if we got halfway through the zone here, it would have been like too many levels higher than all the mobs here, which is not a good thing. And just an FYI, I wouldn't want to do either, to be honest. So with the Blood Elf zones in the BC zones, you cannot fly in them. As you can see here, we cannot fly here.
The eternal sun guides us. The reckoning is at hand.
Okay, now we're going to walk onwards to the areas. We can go to Safiel's Haven as well. So Safiel's Haven is a interesting questline where basically it is going to become a big thing at midnight. So essentially what it is, it's basically a wine party. And it's going to become a content haven as well. The thing is that it could be used in, I think it was in Eversong Woods, to teleport to this area anytime. So you can see here.
Farewell.
So what you have to do is you have to buy all this stuff from the village. And I'm very sure that you can't get certain things. Yeah, pretty much you have to buy it from everywhere. So this quest, like you'll just do over time. So you can get the first stuff here, but the other stuff, one's in Silver Moon, and one's in Fast Riders, which is a area we'll get introduced to a bit later on.
Victory lies ahead.
There we go. Also not to mention as well, we can probably buy bag slots here.
Stay.
So as you can see here, the party never ends. So now let's go back here. Look at these fell crystals and whatnot as well. It's always so ominous having those dark eyes glaring back at you. They do address this, just an FY, in the Blood Elf campaign. Like they do talk about this in the Burning Crusade, about how the Blood Elves need to wean themselves off demon magic. So we have Chromie time now. You don't get to see any of the stuff anymore. Do I even have pistol shot yet? No, I don't. Okay, there we go. So yeah, basically when you use Chromie time, all the people that we used to be able to see, we can no longer see anymore. We're in our own little time period. So it's just us and whoever's in this time period at the moment. Funny thing is, you can't, like, you can change your timeline at any time with Chromie time. But I generally stay at, like, you know, one thing at a time. I can say straight up, you will not be able to do, like, more than 3 zones in this area. This is why I'm only really focusing on Eversong Woods and Ghostlands, because if I focus on it a lot more, you're going to be max level very, very quickly, and you'll be forced to go out to the urban areas. Basically, as soon as you hit level 70, you get ported out of this area, and you're forced to do the new zones. So pretty much we've done this first quest, but the other quest is getting the crates, which are frustrating. Oh geez, absolutely destroyed them. Now the crates are all over the place, and they're relatively annoying to do. As you can see, there's some everywhere. Now the Blood Elf boats are very unique in their ways on how to get on them as well. Like for example, like the way to get on the Blood Elf boats are these things, their fins at the bottom. It may not look like it's probably the best way to get on it, but it is the best way to get on it. And also there's some in the water too. Is that double in the water? No, only one. This becomes a feature as well that every Sunfire anchorage has like one of these ships on it. There's also a Night Elf ship, as you can see in there. But yeah, as Eversong Woods and Ghostlands, they're the only zones that you cannot fly around in. And that's another one of the BC zones as well, that you can't fly around these areas. There we go. Also, not to mention as well, what the heck is this? This is Eversong Woods. So you're gonna go down this way to get the Grimgale Pirates. We're also gonna go up there to get the other quests as well. Loving a new character? Now just introducing a new zone. Like, not new zone, but introducing a new, or the old zone before it becomes new, of course, which is Eversong Woods. So, as with every zone has Murlocs, okay? Lots of them. Every zone has Murlocs. Every last zone. But I'm going to show you a bit of a cheat as well. If you go up here, you can find his thing that he's looking for. Spoils a bit of a quest, okay? Where are your rudders? It's around here somewhere. Maybe one of the mobs drop it. No, nothing does drop it in the end. There we go. That's what I wanted. So those guys drop a item that you can hand in to this guy. But the other one is we're gonna look for the guy who wants to kill all the Murlocs, which is up here. So one is the guy I was trying to get to earlier before I got killed by those randos. This is actually a hidden quest, okay? Yeah, getting those Murloc heads. Soon you have the experience, the full experience of Murloc without heads. The very unique experience of the headless Murloc. Yeah, if you've ever done the Dustwallow Marsh quest where you're meant to be farming Murloc heads as a Horde or Alliance, you understand like the joys of having you know non-stop non-headless Murlocs. Damn. Absolutely just destroyed that guy. Look at headless Murloc. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? A Murloc without a head. One shot with ambush, by the way. There we go. The reason why many people don't do this quest is this guy's in the middle of nowhere. As you can see, middle of nowhere. Yeah, this guy, I won't be leveling this guy to max levels, more to introduce these zones to everyone. Now also as well, this is another one as well. This guy gets you a quest to kill the leader of the dudes, and the leader of the dudes is down this way. So this is why you want to do this quest first, because eventually you go down that way. But you also want to hand in this as well. Well, actually, yeah, hand in all those as well. Now, the Anchorage quest will lead you elsewhere. You can also continue to kill these guys as well to do that quest. Unfortunately, with my mount equipment, I don't have the one that can walk across water. So you can get mount equipment. One of them is the water ones, where you can skitter along water. You need to have the blue Aquastrata for it, but you can also buy it from getting that pale best friend as well.
Glory to the Sindori.
You get a better sword, rusty sword. Yeah, cool.
Keep your wits about you.
Death to all who oppose us.
We will have justice.
We will have justice. Just remember that, guys. We will have justice. Now, basically, you get Faint. Faint is, Let's just put it this way. Feint is probably one of the best items you get in the game. Oh, we also got pistol shot as well. So now all the opportunities we get now can be used. So yeah, pretty much with Outlaw. Outlaw is just you're a class that just, yeah, does stuff. Very detailed, I know. But your character just like basically hits a sinister strike and shoots him with a pistol. There we go. I just realized we got a talent point. What do I spec it to next? Cheat death or elusiveness? Trying to figure out what we want. Not do that. Doesn't really matter too much. So this is one of the staples of this area, of these areas and Blood Elf areas, is that the mob that you have to kill is so far up that you'll be killing so many mobs. The staple of these areas in Eversong Woods and Ghostlands. But as I said before, you're just killing the wretched because they are wretched. That's pretty much it. There we go, got his head. Then we shoot him for a bit of extra damage as well. Okay, now we gotta be careful with this because you're gonna take damage here. Now you're gonna cook some food up. I just can't believe this recuperate animation, man. It reminds me of, like, you know, I forget, like, you know, just one of those memes where that guy's like cooking something up quickly, like he's like, I'm not sure. Okay, next up we've got this, the cargo. The cargo can either be looted or you can just kill the mobs for it. We're gonna do the kill the mob trick. And we missed our ambush. That is catastrophic. Such a catastrophic miss, sir. We have to do the full recuperate then. So as you can see, there's also the interactable item. That's that quest done, and then we gotta kill Murgle, whatever the fuck he's called. And we're gonna hand that back in up to the top as well. The downsides of not having a vanish. Interesting concept. Where the hell is he? I'm actually in audit. Someone actually killed this mob. Or is it a pat? No, it's a pat. Well, we might as well just clear a path for it. Sometimes in this game, it really doesn't tell you where the mob is until, like, yeah, much later. WoW has a habit of doing this, like a big habit of doing this. I think it's an elite as well. No, it's not an elite. Oh boy. And I specifically didn't pick up fucking chain lightning. I didn't think I would need it. Let's go. Okay, now we're gonna go back up here and then basically hand everything in. Now the reason we're going to do that is because once you get to here, you are basically going to go down here. And there's some of these quests you just basically led to Ghostlands, essentially. Especially without doing these areas and whatnot as well. Now as you can tell that your item, like, you don't get many item levels in this area, but you do like level up significantly quicker. Like you can be like level like 20 in this area if you're not careful enough.
We will persevere. We will have justice.
Slightly used Ranger's Blade. I like how the game actually tells you as well, like, you know, what should be used over others. So yeah, this zone will eventually get you to here and put you to Ghostlands, but you don't have to go to Ghostlands, obviously. Oh man, I gotta be careful. That guy could kill me with the Moonbeam of Death.
Remember the sun well.
You got another point. I feel like Adrenaline Rush would probably be the much better one. Yeah, Adrenaline Rush would be much better. Oh, you got Blade Flurry as well. Blade Flurry is very useful. And there's Adrenaline Rush as well. These two were classic talents you used to pop together. The Blade Flurry and Adrenaline Rush. You just did fuck tons of damage.
Anaria Shola. The reckoning is at hand.
So after that quest, you get a quest to go up here. You know how I said earlier that, like, you know, you will get breadcrumbs to go everywhere? Those are one of those breadcrumbs. So, like, pretty much, like, you can go here to go to Fast Rider Retreat, basically, as well. It's kind of a weird zone, this one, because it can put you to Ghostlands very quickly. Even if you don't want to go to Ghostlands, they can put you to Ghostlands very quickly, and you haven't done half this area. In fact, on my Paladin, I got to level 11, and I was already down to here, and I'm like, oh, might as well go. And then later on, someone told me there's like a bunch of like 5 quests on the other side. I didn't realize that. I was still level 11, level 12 anyway, but it just helps in Ghostlands if you're a slightly higher level. And this area is like basically protect using the building ruins to protect certain areas and heal certain areas.
What business have you? Be ready for anything.
So you can see here there's rune stones that used to protect the obviously the high elves. There we go. So we'll take these out quite quickly. Good old ambush. So this is the sad part first. You have to take them all out. Poor guys. Like, these guys used to be, you know, guard the Sunwell, but obviously, Mr. Arthas, which is a common theme in this fucking zone, decided to hurt them a lot. As you can see here, you can, like, when you go to the next zone, Ghostlands, you can see a lot of these old zones where, like, Blood Elf buildings are completely abandoned and whatnot as well. And you are revealed that there was a traitor within the Blood Elf ranks, basically. Which, I'd say overall, like, a lot of the undead and whatnot, especially if you do a lot of quests in the undead areas, you find out a lot that people, there's a lot of traitors.
Glory to the Sindorai.
Oh, is that it? Surely not, I thought you get to restore the runestone. Okay. Odd quest. Maybe you have to kill him. Oh shit. What did he hit me with? Oh boy. Dude, he hit me for 512. I think at this stage I might as well pop out with the
What business
might as well pop out with the goddamn with the heirlooms at this moment if a mob's hitting me for that much. To be fair, that mob isn't elite, so probably deserve to get smashed around like that. There are a few mobs that are elites and it's just like, yeah bro, you can't, you're not gonna be able to tank that. Okay, there we go. Surprised I hit that hard though. Fucking hell, man. Okay, so the Wayward Apprentice is around here. And yeah, this person does not come along with you.
Baladash Malinore, we will have justice.
Yeah, unless you get them tainted soil samples. Um. Yeah, pick locks, yay. Also for herbing as well, to get Blood Vessel here as well, which is a unique herb to this zone. You don't get too much use out of it, to be honest. But just if you're a herber, you can get very quick herbing done here. That's cool. Good old kidney shot. So the Dead Sky, basically they're studying it, how to cleanse it and whatnot. Will they do anything?
We will persevere.
Yeah, basically she's finding out, holy shit, these guys are pretty bad.
Ashalanore. Baladash Malanore. We will persevere.
Right, there he is. He'll probably one-shot me if I'm not careful. Nope.
Our enemies will fall.
Yeah, that kind of BC was a bit of a pain, by the way. You had to have a group quest. There's no ifs, no buts. You had to have a group quest for him because he actually hurt.
State your business. The reckoning is at hand.
Okay, so that's done. Then we can go down here to defending the thing a bit further, and we can hand in here as well. A lot of these evasion quests here we can do a lot later because the fast rider quests leave breadcrumbs directly to it. And this is a lot of these quests are just dealing with, essentially just like dealing with the dark scar left by the undead and whatnot as well. It's really dealing with the aftermath of Warcraft 3 in a lot of these areas. Now the scariest mobs here is the Dark Race, because the Dark Race actually do hurt quite a bit. As long as you just get their abilities like taken care of, it's fairly easy to kill them. Because their enrage hits very, very hard as an FYI. Well, enrage hits really, really hard because we don't have any green gear as of yet. I think guys, after this quest, probably going to go to bed. And we're probably not going to be doing too much of these quests ever again. I was thinking it's just showing something cool to people. But I got some work to do. Now, this is how you get to Ghostlands. So, basically, as soon as you get level 10 or level 11, you can go down here. And, like, some people do this as well because Ghostlands has a flat point as well. And sometimes it's closer to get Ghostlands than to go to other areas. Because Tranquillin is pretty close by. So what you can do is that you would go here. There's a undead here. There's a dead guy here, and this chick. This is the first time you meet the undead, okay? So basically do a mini quest down here to help the Fallen Courier. Any of these mobs can drop their finger, by the way. This is a pretty quick quest, and you can just go straight down here. Like, what people do is they go straight down here to unlock that flat point, especially for speed leveling. And, like, yeah, it just solves a lot of issues. Like, a lot of issues, so you can fly back to the area as well. Advanced tactics. I'm gonna say that. Let's go. So basically what you do is you hand it here, and then you go down here and you get unlocked this area. So this is basically Ghostlands. Funnily enough, the Ghostlands is a smaller zone than Eversong Woods.
We will persevere.
So there we go.
Your head high.
So essentially what will happen now is that you will go to Tranquilin. And you will get braces. So Tranquilin's like a little mini village, essentially. And you will start to get, like, reputation that will eventually build up. So for here,
The dark times will pass.
these guys will give you braces, which are pretty decent.
Farewell.
So these guys will introduce you guys to the Forsaken. So the Forsaken are pretty chill. Basically we got a new talent point. Let's see what we got. Sturdy Tricks, no. It's Combat Cinema, no. I think this one, the Combat Potency one's probably better. So pretty much this unlocks the entire area
Keep your wits.
in this area. So basically you can now do all other stuff. Pretty much like you take little bits at a time in this area.
Our enemies will fall.
It's unlike a lot of the other areas in Tranquilin. It isn't. Oh shit, I got another level. How? Oh, never mind. That's part of the other stuff. So Tranquilin has a rep vendor. If you guys are unaware of it, which is actually quite funny. I think it's one of the provisioners is a rep vendor here. So you can see here is as you get more rep here, you get better gear. To be fair, all this gear is pretty dog shit, but it's something to essentially achieve too over time. Like you get better gear as you go along. Like for example, I mean, this is better than most of the gear that we've got so far. So pretty much you get like a sort of starting quest zone here as well, and you can just fly back into these areas and finish these quests off as well if you want to. But anyways guys, that's gonna be it for today. Obviously we didn't get to do too much, but I just wanted to show off some of these old zones before they turn into new zones. So see you guys later, have a good day, and yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday, or probably Wednesday morning for Legionary Mix. See ya.